Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Abyssal Terrors run. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're trying out the Gangster, who can steal items from the shop for free. Every shop, we can steal an item, but it has a chance of spawning an elite, which is obviously very, very dangerous if they show up very early. And when we kill an elite or a boss, all of the future ones we get become stronger. Now, that's only if we kill it, so we can potentially dodge around an elite. If we get an elite in a very early wave, we might only have to dodge it for 30-40 seconds, because some of the earlier waves are shorter. In exchange for being able to steal items, all of our items cost 20% more, which is a brutal penalty, and we can't lock items, which is going to make getting like early weapons and stuff really difficult, and also means that we have to approach the shop just differently than other characters. This guy looks pretty cool to me at first glance, because you just have to play it quite differently. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to pick up the submachine gun. It's on theme for the Gangster. This feels like a weaker character to me, so I want to use a strong weapon. I guess it's on theme in that, but the model's more a modern submachine gun, less a classic, like, Chicago typewriter style thing. Still, basically in the same family. Got kind of bad RNG on the enemy spawns there. So we are maybe going to be down a couple materials compared to where we could be. 55, 56, yeah. So submachine gun's a really good level 1 weapon. You can usually get, most characters will get between 54 and 56. With submachine gun, you can often get a couple more than that. But we're still in good shape here. That said, our materials are worth less because our items cost more. I'm going to take the ranged damage here. Submachine gun scales really well with ranged damage, so we definitely want that. And then I'm going to buy the SMG. I'm going to buy the shotgun here and then reroll and steal another item, I think. Because I want to get more guns, so we can still steal an item. So let's see. Instead of our lock-in button, we have this steal, and it shows a percentage chance of summoning an elite. 0.2%. Not horrible. I think I'm just going to steal this shotgun over the coffee here. Okay, we missed on the, what's that, 1 in 500 chance of summoning an elite. That would have been very funny if we'd gotten a wave 2 elite. We have a 3 elite pattern. Oh, I wonder if this character has the same hidden passive that Jack does, where you always get elites to go with the theme of them getting stronger. And you'll always get 3 elites and no horde waves. Or, of course, it could just be random chance that we got 3 elites. Oh, 2 trees, that's not bad. A little bit of luck there for us to get double tree. I'll take the duct tape here. We definitely are going to want armor. Losing 2 max HP, of course, is a downside, but armor is very important. Here, I'm going to reroll. Alright. Luck, I think, is really critical for this character, because it's going to let higher level items show up in the shop for us to then steal. Do I want to pick up 10 luck or just 8 harvesting early? I think when you get it this early, we should just take the harvesting. Then I can buy 1 weapon and steal another. None of these save me money, so we're just going to go ahead and buy and steal. And I went to reroll there to try to lock a weapon, but of course this character cannot lock weapons. So we actually managed to get 6 on our first 2 shops. I feel like that's probably slightly over average because both of our opening shops had 2 weapons we wanted spawn in them. This character I think is going to have a hard time getting its early weapon set online, because if you have to like reroll for the weapons, then they cost more, you're spending money on rerolls, and you can't lock them to guarantee that you find one. You also lose money by not being able to lock things in, because you can't guarantee the lower prices from earlier waves. When you lock an item, it keeps its price, so you save money by locking items, typically. Just going to take a flat ranged damage here, that's perfect for us. Then I'll pick up 5 harvesting, we can get to 21 pretty soon. Okay, here's a level 2 weapon. So I'm probably just going to steal this because it's a level 2 weapon, and I do want a... I'm happy to take a revolver. When you're going guns, you should usually just mix and match all the good guns. So shotgun, revolver, and submachine gun. I think that that's generally the best way to play this. Then, so what I'm going to do is buy this shotgun, combine these two shotguns and steal the revolver. Even though I could afford to buy it, this is a level 2 item, so we're getting the most possible value by stealing. Reroll here, and then I will buy a submachine gun to level those up. And we're short. I can't buy anything else. So this is where not being able to lock stuff is really painful, because we could lock like 2 good items. I guess Piggy Bank on this character could be interesting. Since you can't reroll, you're going to end with a lot of excess money sometimes. But I think we need to build just pure damage in the early game, because if we get an early elite, I really want to be able to kill it. And there's a good chance that we will roll into one. Even with those like 5% chances, we haven't seen one yet. Got 2 Curse Alien kills, that's pretty good. Leaving a lot of materials on the ground, always going to happen with a gun build. And then here, I do want more luck, but I'm just going to take the harvesting so we can get our harvesting growth online early. Again, I think we just want to steal the shotgun here, because 70 is more expensive than the average item that we would buy, I think. So let's steal a shotgun, go to a level 3. Shotgun, you usually want to get 1 really high level shotgun, so we are pretty happy that we're getting these weapon levels early. Then I'm going to roll and pick up a whetstone. Lifesteal with our submachine guns is going to be our healing method of choice, and we'll take a beanie as well. I think my neighbor's doing some construction outside, so if you're hearing some banging, apologies. I'm actually recording this after the beta has gone offline. I didn't get it as much chance to play the beta as I'd have liked during the beta period. But so I'm recording this the day that the beta got taken offline. But I cleverly did not close my game. I just left it on and running overnight. So if we crash, or if I close the game, then I won't be able to restart the beta. But since I left it open, I still have beta access. These are the real strats that you learn from my channel. I'm going to pick up the lemonade here, and then we'll take 10% attack speed. That's a great bonus for us. And then let's reroll. I kind of want to roll again, looking for luck, but for 9, that's expensive. I could also just take max HP or armor. Let's roll one more time, because I'm looking for luck or damage. Yeah, I'll take 5 luck, because I really want to get my luck buffed so that we find higher level items in the shop. Blindfold and gambling token, that can get us a decent amount of dodge going relatively early. So let's go ahead and steal the gambling token. Puts me down to 0 armor, which is very dangerous. We have an 8% chance now of getting an elite, so I need to be aware of that also. I think there's a decent chance I can afford to buy something if I reroll here, so let's do that. And we did find something that we want, so we will combine and buy a revolver. Just keeping our weapon levels high, I think, is the most important thing for us right now. But we do have an announced date for the beta release. Oh, they took damage there. It's October 25th, or the DLC release, the not beta release. October 25th, so that's very exciting. Get full release on this. I think on PC and Xbox, they said that mobile is taking a little bit longer, and they'll have more details on that later, but if you are on PC and Xbox, you can play the full version of the beta soon. Of the DLC. I keep saying the beta. Making okay money these waves, but not an amount that I'm super happy with. I do want the move speed, but I think I'm going to roll here. I feel like we need to find, ranged damage. +2 ranged damage is massive for us, and that will help our damage output dramatically. Level my revolver, I'll level the submachine gun, and buy another shotgun to try to get to a level 4 shotgun as soon as we can. I'll take the lemonade here, and then I'm going to reroll and try to find something good to steal. We found a level 2 SMG, good enough, so we'll combine, and we will steal this SMG. And then I'm going to buy this bat. So again, 8% chance of finding an elite. I've got to get more max HP also. Because I currently have built some armor, or very little armor, and some dodge. We built one armor and then had to remove it, but our max HP is tiny. We got a walrus there, but at least it wasn't a cursed walrus, who are consistently overrated on Pitchfork. Killing these trees. We got a crate. Crates are better, of course, when you have increased item prices, because the items that drop from them are relatively speaking, more valuable. Definitely going to recycle this riposte, and I want max HP, of course, but we're going to take 2 ranged damage there. We now have a level 1 revolver that we can't get. I could steal a Wandering Bot, because it is a level 3 item, but I think I'd rather steal something good. Wandering Bot's not particularly important for this character. Sharp Bullet will hurt my shotguns a lot, but improve my revolvers and submachine guns. So this is an interesting decision point. Because we have both shotgun, which already has piercing, and so it will reduce the damage of my shotguns to have Sharp Bullet, but we also have submachine guns and revolvers, which it will increase the damage of significantly. I think I will take the Sharp Bullet. It just kind of evens out our damage types. I'm going to take the bait here as well, because our damage is negative, and I think we can kill the lampreys. A Cursed Penguin is pretty good. We're definitely happy to just pick up Curse here. And then I can't get the Lumberjack shirt. I could steal it, but I think I want to reroll and try to steal something better. And although we do want to increase our HP, I am going to steal the leather vest. Okay. 12% chance of having an elite this wave. Let's hope that we don't, because with 14 health, I will get one shot by any elite that shows up. Had to run away from those lampreys, but at least we heal, because our HP pool is so low, we heal it quickly. So we would definitely like a pumpkin to offset the piercing damage loss from the Sharp Bullet, because it's clear it's reducing my shotgun damage to groups of enemies, but shotguns are good at clearing groups of enemies regardless, and we're actually using the shotgun more for just like big burst damage to single targets. So I think the Sharp Bullet makes sense to just make our revolver and SMG damage better. I'd love to get a baby gecko or Sift Relic, of course. Haven't managed to build any luck, really, on this character, which is something that I wanted to prioritize, so definitely feeling the lack of that. Take the coffee and the head injury. Those are both great. And I really want the luck, but we have to take the max HP level up. It's a little sad to do so, but we were just at too little health, and we will take ranged damage here, which is great, increasing our damage output. Can't take the ball and chain, but I think I will steal the clover. It does cost me 2 lifesteal, but gives us a bunch of other stats that we want. 30% chance of an elite is quite risky. Peaceful Bee is usually a bad purchase when you're building ranged damage, because ranged damage is twice as valuable as melee damage. You get half as much per purchase of it, and you lose 1 of each. So Peaceful Bee is much worse for ranged damage characters. We're going to skip that, and obviously we're not buying the ball and chain because we've got submachine guns. Roll here, and we will take... I'm at 2 armor. I want this entire shop. We can't lock anything, so what am I actually going to buy? I have to buy the Cyclops Worm, I think. There's just no way we can be at low damage going into the later waves, so I need to buy basically all the damage I can find. This character is playing a little bit from behind, because our economy is worse than other characters overall. And I think, so if I buy the wheelbarrow, I'm not buying other stuff. I could buy both the propeller hat and the weird food. We already have 2 consumable heal. I think I can get away with the wheelbarrow. So we're going to buy that and go to wave 9. Losing an armor, definitely a real challenge here, but I do want to maintain my economy. And wheelbarrow is just such a solid item for efficiency. XP XP gain would also be really good for this character because a higher percentage of our stats are going to come from levels, since it's harder for us to actually get items. Ouch. The -2 lifesteal from the Clover is... I'm definitely noticing that. 6 lifesteal was a lot better than 4 lifesteal. Let's see if we can chase down this loot alien. Got it. As you can see, I'm learning some of the attack patterns of the enemies a little better, so I can anticipate what's happening, like those charges. The charge and slash guys are really dangerous before you learn what they do. Take the leather vest here, and we're up to 30 dodge already. That's not bad. 8% damage, but I think I'm going to reroll. Percent damage is... No, I'm just going to take the 8% damage. Our percent damage stat was very low, so I just wanted to boost that. I could take Spicy Sauce here for more maximum HP, and I could do that either by stealing it or by buying it. 100 for 3 HP is very inefficient, but we only have 23. I think I'm going to buy the Spicy Sauce because I need the health, but I kind of want to hold out for a level 3 item to steal if we can find one of those. So let's go ahead and buy these 2 weapons. Leveling my weapons here, which is nice. Actually, I should have combined for the level 4 shotgun and got 2 level 2 SMGs there, I think. That would have been better than the 2 level 3 SMGs. Because shotgun just levels really well to level 4. Even though I think they did nerf the level 4 version. Alright, here... baby elephant, not super important for us. I'll probably take the bait. There's no... I didn't take, like, weird ghost or anything, and I guess there's a chance we have an elite this wave, which would make... Bait is actually really dangerous on this character. I didn't think of that the first time I bought it. But if you get an elite spawn with the bait, that can be really dangerous. But I think our damage is enough to clear the bait aliens. So I'm going to steal this metal. Losing some crit chance, of course, but it's stats we want otherwise. And then I will buy the bait and go to the next wave. Celery tea would have been nice, but I just don't think that we can afford to double enemy health. Our damage output is pretty good, but not good enough to clear a lot of those enemies. And I do want XP gain, but Celery Tea honestly is not that impressive an XP gain item, in my opinion, regardless. Like, it can be good on some characters, but because you don't get the XP gain until later, it's much less impactful since you get it over time. I want to be really careful around the blobfish here because we're using ranged weapons, and we learned that it spawns more lampreys when you're using ranged weapons. So I think we're just going to try to avoid killing it. Just going to try to... Oh, no, I was trying to avoid killing it, but did not succeed. So with 4 seconds remaining, I really thought I dodged that last one. I left a lot of material on the ground because I broke that blobfish. I didn't think my character was in that projectile. Oh, well. Let's pick up the range damage here, and then I'm going to reroll this. We definitely don't need more harvesting. 3% dodge would be fine, but I think we can do better. And yeah, we'll take 3 armor here. Attack speed also would be awesome, but this character has like no defensive stats right now. 5 crit chance, not bad for a bunch of our weapons. Would increase our damage output. Let's just go ahead and grab that. Here, I'm going to pick up the metal plate. And I could steal the metal plate. 18% chance. I also keep getting these baits. Let's go ahead and buy the metal plate and the bait here and then roll. And then, okay, I'm going to steal this blunderbuss. Or no, I'm going to steal the sunken bell and buy the blunderbuss. Oh, decomposing flesh is also really tempting. It's so tough when you can't lock items. You have to decide what to buy. I think the sunken bell, actually, we're just going to ignore. 42% chance of an elite when I have a bait purchased is really dangerous. So what I'm going to do, I think, is steal the blunderbuss, which is really good for killing elites. This is an item I like a lot. So we're going to combine, get our level 4 shotgun, which has really good scaling at level 4. Steal this item and buy the decomposing flesh. Skip out on the sunken bell. Now we can build some lifesteal. It does cost me more max HP. But we would trade 3 max HP for 3 lifesteal. Blunderbuss is really good for fighting elites because it attack resets every time you pick up a material. So what you can do, I think, is kill a bunch of other things to put a lot of materials on the ground, and then just run around the elite in circles, just blasting it with no cooldown on your weapon as you consistently pick up materials to very, very quickly kill elite. That at least is my blunderbuss theory. And this weapon always just consistently performed so well whenever I picked it up, so. So we have 30% dodge, we have 30 health, which I definitely want to increase before we fight an elite. And we have like 8 armor, so I think we're in an okay spot to fight an elite, but it's been a little bit of a struggle getting here. Yeah, I will take a scar here, and then I was hoping to roll a max HP, but attack speed and dodge are both very tempting. I think we're just going to take the 9 dodge here. I'm going to hope to find more max HP items. Alright, so I need to not steal an item this wave, right? Because if we get a random chance of a second elite happening, then we just instant lose. So that's something to keep in mind when playing this character, probably. I don't know if that can happen, but I'm going to assume it can. I'll take the metal here, and I will buy the whistle and the injection, losing 2 max HP again, but we just need damage. Saltwater's melee damage, 3 attack speed. I just don't think that's efficient enough for us to buy it, but I will definitely level up the blunderbuss. Or do I want 2 blunderbuss and a level 4 submachine gun? I have my choice of those. I think I'm going to level the blunderbuss here. Should be the most damage. Yeah, this levels quite well because it gets 125 damage scaling. Do I have to just get greedy? Because these are really efficient items. It's only a 6% chance if I buy a coffee, if I steal the coffee, of getting 2 elites. That is a 6% chance of instantly losing the run, which I'm not super happy about, but I think we just have to take the risk. And let's see what happens. So I'm clearing some other things, and then we're just going to be able to sort of run around this elite, focusing it down with no cooldown on my blunderbuss. Now it's going to start running away, killing the first clams there. And, okay, nice, we got it. That does mean that any future elites we face will be stronger, and of course the tooltip does not bother to specify stronger by how much or in what way. I assume higher damage and health, but it would be helpful. I think the DLC needs a pass on the character tooltips so that they give you a little bit of a better idea of what some of these characters actually do. Obviously, you can just play and find out, but, you know, you like to be able to see what a character does when you read the description of it. I'll take the improved tools for sure, extra attack speed, and giant belt. We have no crit chance, but this is a great find for this character, because we'll be able to kill elites even if they get really powered up as we face more elite in the future, assuming I get enough crit chance to support it. That being said, I'm just going to take 9 dodge, because I want to hit maximum dodge. Okay, so now we're reaching the point where stealing items basically guarantees that we get elites, and those elites are powered up. So I could steal a blunderbuss for 265, but we get an 80% chance of an elite showing up. On the other hand, those elites will probably drop legendary crates, so maybe it's just worth it to do that. I think you can't play this character scared. I think the gangster just has to commit to a life of crime. So I'm going to steal the blunderbuss here. I just want 1, I think, because if you have 2, you can reach... you can have a problem where you're not actually killing enemies fast enough to generate materials to reset the attacks on the blunderbuss. So I'm going to steal here, going up to a level 4 blunderbuss, and I'm going to assume that we've got an elite showing up here. Then I kind of want to sell out of the shotgun and buy these 2 weapons just to make sure that we are continuing to improve our weapon levels. So let's go ahead and combine this and buy these two. Crown, is that better than rolling for something else? It's wave 13, so I think Crown, especially with the increased item price, I just don't think is going to be good for us. So I'm going to roll here. And this is where, like, we would really love the honey here, but we can't actually afford to buy anything. So maybe I should have bought the Crown. I'm going to roll one more time and try to get a good level 2 item. And we were lucky and did get a good level 2 item, so we'll take the medal here. It hurts my giant belt, but the stats are just too good for us. All right, so presumably there's going to be an elite, because we had an 80% chance. No, okay, I guess we hit the 1 in 5. I'm not that unhappy about missing on the elite there. I wonder if it tells you in the shop when an elite is going to spawn, because going into a wave and not knowing whether there's an elite or not actually really impacts your strategy. I haven't really been playing around this correctly, but if you aren't sure there's an elite, you really have to play the opening seconds of the round a little differently, just like hunting for it. I also totally forgot to show you the blunderbuss damage from last wave, which would have been good to see, because that item really wrecks elites, I think. So I'm kind of regretting not having the crown here, because we had to buy something else that was a little bit less exciting. And we do have 60 harvesting, so it would have been a decent amount of value. Roll here. I'm gonna roll again. I could take 1 armor, but I think with 25 luck we can do better. Nice, 9% crit chance. That will help us clear elites and bosses much faster. Take the Cyclops Worm for sure. We are now at the point where our disparate weapon selection is costing us weapon levels, which is the downside of buying a bunch of different weapons. Oh yeah, note that even in the non-elite wave, the blunderbuss is just blowing our other very good weapons, like a level 4 shotgun and submachine gun are great weapons, but the blunderbuss is outclassing them dramatically. Blowing them out of the water. You have to actually complete that idiom, or it means a very different thing. Let's pick up the mutation and the corrupted shard here for extra damage, and then I'm going to roll and try to steal something good. Okay. 68% chance of a revolver. Oh, there isn't. Okay, well, I've been playing nervous around this, but we did just spawn in elite, and it showed me that little icon pop up. So now we know there's going to be an elite. I'm gonna drink some water before we fight this elite. And let's get into it. Okay, there it is. So this one I think you want to stand quite close to, because its attack pattern is pretty dangerous from far away, and then you just have to be within the radius of its sort of outer ring of attack, but dodge its inner ring of attacks. That one's very like classic shmup gameplay. It's interesting how Brotato in the Abyssal Terrors expansion has gone more for like the classic bullet hell or shmup style of boss attack patterns and enemy attack patterns. I think that is just how you have to design this kind of wave survival game when you want to increase the challenge for more precision movement. We have the whistle, and I feel like I've not gotten many loot aliens, even despite having bought whistle. Big arms, that's amazing. 6 ranged damage, awesome find here. Obviously, the negatives are slightly real, but the 6 ranged damage makes up for all of it. I'll take a turret here as well. If we find a fairy, it's an extra level 1 item. 15 materials I don't think is that exciting. And then here, I'm going to take 15 luck to try to steal higher level weapons for us. Okay, we have an elite, so I'm going to try not stealing anything, or maybe just stealing a really low level item. Don't think we care about the little frog. Let's roll. I could steal the bandana, but we already have Pierce, so it's less valuable, and double elite on this wave I don't think we can fight. So let's roll and see if I can buy something good here. not much that we want, but we'll buy the propeller hat. I could buy or steal a Terrified Onion at a 7% chance. I think our run is well enough set up that I really don't want to double elite, so I'm just going to pass. And I will buy the... I'm just going to not steal something this wave, but I will buy the Terrified Onion because our move speed's a little bit low. Obviously, luck is important to this character, but so is movement speed. Need to get some other enemies to show up and start dropping materials so that we can... Right, this guy is quite difficult because it makes these, like, large attack patterns. And the other enemies on the field were dodging away from me and the elite, so I couldn't get any materials to drop and actually reset my blunderbuss cooldown. We're going to have stronger bosses later on as well, so that's going to be kind of a problem for us. I do wish I knew by what extent it increased the danger level of the elites and bosses to kill them. I think that would be something that the game could really just tell you. I'm sure people have data mined it and it's on the wiki and everything, but the game should just tell you bosses get 40% stronger or whatever. Losing crit chance, definitely painful, but the octopus is too good to pass up still. I will take the beanie here. I'm up to 12 lifesteal already, so I think I actually want the damage over the lifesteal. We're going to keep getting lifesteal from our decomposing flesh, which is, by the way, just an excellent item. Weird Ghost, I think you just can never buy on this character, because you could have an elite at any time. Let's pick up the duct tape, though, and roll. I'm going to steal the silver bullet rather than buying it. Or do we just want to stop stealing items at this point? Silver bullet, of course, we're grabbing. No question there. But I am a little worried that if we power up the bosses too much, we'll just stop being able to kill them. I do think, though, that, as I've been saying, this character, you just can't afford to play scared. So we're just going to steal that item because it's expensive. Compass, I am happy with my move speed, so we're going to pass on the compass. Cursed submachine gun. Awesome find. Let's go ahead and sell out of the level 2 revolver, buy the cursed submachine gun. Hope we can find stuff to combine with this to make higher level cursed submachine guns, because that's going to be a lot of damage. Actually, the blunderbuss, because we weren't able to reset its cooldown that much, didn't do that much last wave. Interesting. And then here, this is where not being able to lock, again, is very painful. Because I don't really want either of these items, but I don't really want to leave 200 materials unspent on a wave where we're about to fight an elite, because I stole and got an elite to show up. So let's roll, and I'm hoping I can find something good here. I did. I found Gentle Alien and Hedgehog. I think that the HP is important, and the percent damage is important, and extra enemies will help our blunderbuss. So I think that the Gentle Alien is actually better to help us fight than the Hedgehog. So I'm going to buy that. Okay, where's the elite? It's the same guy. That's interesting. So this character, we got the buffed drooler there. This character can have the same elite show up more than once. Normally not possible until endless mode. I wonder if you could get 2 of the same elite in the same map if you stole during an elite or boss's wave. We are getting a lot of mini bosses. We've ended up with very good damage because I really prioritized my damage output this run, and you can see that we only have 50 HP as a result of that. I guess the economy problems that this character has mostly seem to manifest early, because we're getting extra high-level items a lot later, and we get these extra legendary crate drops as well. Ooh, Anvil is amazing. Definitely taking that. And then here, I think attack speed over armor. My damage is good, but could be better. We've got 2 engineering, but nail scaling our submachine gun damage even a little bit is enormous, so I'm just going to buy that. And then, oh, Ugly Tooth has gotten nerfed, apparently. This used to be hitting an enemy slowed them by 10% up to 30%. Now it slows them by 4%, by 5% up to 20. That might be worse. That might not even be worth buying anymore. I think 13 lifesteal is good enough though, and we're gonna face a lot of elites this game, so I'm gonna buy the ugly tooth and the injection, and I'm going to not steal an item because I do not want to fight 2 elites at once. At least not before our character's a little bit stronger. Once the anvil's upgraded our cursed submachine gun a bit, maybe. I wonder if it's like always the same elites over and over again. Does it just roll a couple that you can have? Because we've only faced 2 different elites. But because we've gotten good... I need to make sure I kill those lampreys before they get their charge off. Because we've gotten good RNG on our legendary items, our economy has caught up a lot, because we get these extra level 4 items from the elite boxes, and we got really good ones. We got big arms and anvil, which were sort of perfect for this character. If you found items that didn't help, it would be a lot harder to play this character. So I do think I'm enjoying this character a lot. I think the stealing mechanic is interesting. I think the way you approach the shop being different is really cool. I'll take the med kit. That can help keep us alive. I do think this character is fairly RNG based, because if you get like a wave 3 elite, you're just gonna die to it. And there's a couple other, and like what items drop out of the elite boxes are really going to determine the strength of your run. So this one might be a little bit harder to have a consistent winning strategy for. I think we're running a little over average in terms of what items we've been able to buy and when we've gotten elites showing up in the shop and stuff. I think I will fight another elite, so I'm going to steal this baby with a beard. 95% chance, and we get another crate. Because the elites are getting stronger, but it doesn't seem like by that much. Or by enough that it's like really hurting us. I'll take the penguin here as well. We've already got 1 penguin, because we got the cursed one. And HP regen, not a huge component of our healing setup, or wasn't intended to be, but now that we have the med kit and these penguins, I think it's actually going to be a lot of regen for us. And then we'll take another broken mouth, reducing that regen, and a helmet, but all very good to buff up our stats. Wait, did the anvil... Oh yeah, no, it went to purple. For some reason, I thought the SMG was already purple and the anvil hadn't upgraded it. I was about to be annoyed, but that's not what happened. Okay, this is a different elite. Trying to prevent too many mini-bosses from spawning, because this is a wave where there's a lot of mini-bosses. Wave 18, I think, is by far the hardest wave in the Abyss. Because of how many droolers there are. Like, enemies just have such high health with these guys if they get cursed, especially. And then if you accidentally break one of the towers when you didn't intend to, they can be cursed and buffed, and then take infinite damage to take down. But our healing is very good. I'd like to get to dodge cap, of course. That would be perfect. And yeah, and there's also a lot of pufferfish, so there's just a lot of things to dodge, and enemies have too much health and damage on wave 18 for you to dodge them all easily. Here's an example of an item we could have gotten early that would have just totally ruined our chances, or at least made it much harder to win, because we would just get a small influx of cash rather than a relevant item. Torture we're going to recycle here, of course. I'll take 15 attack speed, that's great. We are maxed on weapons. Weapons can no longer be upgraded or recycled. Sure, we'll take the knot here. Obviously, when you're already maxed on weapons, you're happy to get this. And I will steal it, because I think a level 3 item is usually worth stealing. And with a 95% chance, I do kind of want to proc another elite. Roll here, and I will roll again. Definitely not buying a weird ghost. We have 72 HP now, so I could take the muscly dude. I could take the alien baby, but I imagine that stacks multiplicatively with the buff to the elite. So I think I'm going to roll past both of these and hope to find something better. Oh, well, obviously punished for the not by not being able to buy the nuke launcher, but for 1,000 we weren't going to afford it anyways. Kraken's Eye would have been pretty cool as well. I was just trying to find something relevant, and we really didn't end up with anything. I guess I'll buy the Wandering Bot. That can maybe help us against some of the elites. So Kraken's Eye, 50% chance to explode for a bunch of damage when we get hit. That would have been really sweet. Would have liked to steal that one, but we stole the Knot instead. Alright, and we do have another elite, so do need to remember that. Oh, this one is... Wait, so do they get stronger by... I thought this guy's attack pattern was not 3 slashes. Do they get stronger by getting better attacks? Or am I just misremembering the boss attack patterns? They're also updating these things because it is, of course, a beta branch that we're playing right now, although a slightly illegal one because I'm playing it after the beta has expired. But it would be really cool if the elite got stronger in terms of like making more attacks and having harder patterns rather than just stat increases. I don't think that's what they did, but I didn't remember that one having so many slashes. So I guess let me know in the comment what your experience with that elite has been. Another Big Arms will definitely take, and Weird Ghost I will not take, even with a bunch of regeneration and lifesteal. We don't need the max HP, and we're going to fight the bosses. Do I want 2 range damage or 12% damage? I guess I just want the higher level upgrade. And then we're not going to steal something this wave. We will buy the lens and the ritual and roll. Mouse I will buy. More enemies is good for us because we are kind of a lifesteal setup. And we have the baby with a beard and stuff, so we get a lot of extra damage just from having more enemies on the map. Then let's roll. Nothing here that we want. Scar doesn't do anything. Can't afford any of these items. I could steal a weird food, but I think we're just gonna roll and see what happens. Oh, I could steal a tardigrade. But again, I think we're just going to go to endless mode. Or go to wave 20. Got everyone's hopes up there for a minute. I mean, we could probably take an elite along with the bosses, but no reason to throw away a 1 run, or at least a run that we have a good chance of winning. Just for style points. When it's my first try on a character and I want to unlock stuff as well. Took a bunch of damage there. We are having a problem where I just... or rather, we didn't manage to get enough dodge. Also, because I slowed enemy projectile speed, these projectiles are floating in the world for a lot longer than they often do. Ooh, taking a lot of hits, I have to run away. Because I did get fairly unlucky to take 4 hits in a row there with such high percent dodge. And these bosses do more damage and have more health. So all the elites that we fought definitely coming back to haunt us now. They've brought in federal agents for our many crimes. The other boss seems much harder than this one, by the way. So I think, just like in the vanilla run where you want to kill the octopus head boss first, you want to kill the boss with the big toothy face first in this map. So I came very close to dying there, even though we were really strong. Because I had buffed up the bosses so much. So very glad I didn't steal and get another elite to show up. But there we go. That is the Gangster. We didn't get any progress, I think, because the beta is technically over, so I can't save my item progress is my guess here. But because I think like it probably tried to sync that to my Steam account, which it wouldn't let it because the beta's over. So we don't get to know what the Gangster's item is yet, but we do get a win with the Gangster. I think that is how you have to play it. You really need to get your weapon set online early. You need to steal high-value items to make up for the quite significant economy penalties. And you need to focus on damage, because this character is going to need to kill a lot of elite in order to succeed. Looking at our items here, no major economy items early. I'm happy with the sharp bullet purchase. That definitely helped with our wave clear. The whistle, I think, gave us a couple extra loot aliens. The giant belt was not that impressive, because I ended up reducing my crit chance a lot. We just never found a lot of options to increase crit chance. And you can't really roll for specific stats easily on this character, because you can't lock items. The nail was great, lots of extra damage, even though it reduced our range damage, right? Oh, actually, wait. No, the nail was a terrible purchase, because it gave me -2 range damage. I was, for some reason, I thought this was -2 elemental damage, so obviously that was a terrible pickup. Never mind. Shouldn't have bought that, because we just reduced my damage by 1 by buying the nail. So, definitely some poor decisions there. Just a mistake in remembering what the penalty on that item was and reading over it too fast. But overall, I think pretty solid display with this character. As always, my friends, hope that you enjoyed the video, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato Abyssal Terrors when the DLC launches later this month, and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.